Hi friends, Merly here and welcome back to my seed starting room. And behind me, we have a lot of seedlings and we have so many tomatoes. In this video, I would like to share with you the varieties of tomatoes that we are growing this year. We have a lot of heirloom tomatoes for a home garden and also hybrid tomatoes for a market garden. So we're going to start with this shelf on my left. And here we have tomatoes that are grown in 3-inch deep pots. So we're going to start right here from the left. And this is an heirloom variety called Ferdel. This is a paste tomato similar to San Marzano, but I have read that Ferdel tomatoes are much better because they are much better than San Marzano due to them not having much of blossom and rot. Now, this is my first time to grow this, so I can't guarantee but that's what I've read from the seed packet. They are looking good now. These are actually almost ready to be transplanted in the ground. So I think we have over 20 plants of this, and I'll be keeping 2 for myself because this is an heirloom variety and I can collect seeds from them. The rest of them will be sold in my plant sale. Next is San Marzano tomatoes. I grow these tomatoes each year, and San Marzano is a paste tomato. They are so yummy also if you eat them fresh. However, I always have problems with blossom and rot with this variety, even if I do consistent watering and I amend the soil with calcium, still some of the fruit develop blossom and rot. So again, I'll be keeping 2 plants and sell the rest of them. And then here, next one is Opalka tomato. This is for snacking, I believe, and the color is yellow. Look at that. They're actually super duper nice as well. I have up-potted this 2 or 3 days ago and they have grown so big. Except for this one, I think this is not gonna grow, but the rest of them are looking amazing. Next is beefsteak. Okay, so yeah, beefsteak tomatoes. Look at all of the stems. They're super duper nice. And then down here, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 flats of tomatoes. So these are all beefsteak, and I planted so many beefsteak tomatoes because beefsteak is one of the most favorite tomatoes of the people here in my area. This is a slicer, and they're good sized tomatoes as well. Now down here we have a flat of purple Cherokee. This need to be transplanted. We have 50 plants in this flat, and they've gotten so big already. So tomorrow, my first task is to pot this tomatoes. I'm just using all 3-inch pots, and the reason for that is I don't really have enough room, plus I don't want to spend a lot of money on the potting soil and on the pots. And then here, let's see, what is this? Okay, this is also beef steak. Now for these flats with the 3-inch pots, I can fit 32 in each flat. And then that's a 50 cell tray of purple Cherokee. And then let's move over to, okay, so we have here some in the top. These are the extra beefsteak tomatoes. They were a lot smaller when I transplanted them in here. These were the late comers. They sprouted super duper late, but I didn't want to throw them away. So found some extra time and extra containers and planted them in here. And here in a couple of weeks, I can sell this in my plant sale. And then let's move over to this side of the grow station. Now this one has a lot of stuff, and we need to get this out of here so we can see the different varieties that are growing in this flat. This is the tray that I dropped at one time because I got super duper tired and I accidentally dropped it while I was putting it back on the tray after watering. And so that's why there are some empty spots. And the empties, there were some, I threw the ones that fell on the floor. I put them in my pot where I'm growing the bananas and they started growing. I'm gonna show you what they look like. Let's move over here. I know we have so many plants on the floor because we just don't have room in the shelf anymore. But these are all of the tomatoes that fell out of that seedling tray. Now I don't know what they are because they're all mixed up from that tray. But yeah, they're growing and I'm not doing anything to them except for like watering the banana. And they get some water too. So I don't even know if I have time to work on those. But anyway, going back to this flat, um, we have three of the mortgage lifter. I'll keep one and sell a couple of them. And then here we have the Jersey Devil. Mortgage lifter, by the way, is a slicer tomato. So far, all of those tomatoes that I've shown you are heirloom, including that beefsteak. And then this in here are also heirloom tomatoes. Jersey Devil is a paste tomato. The mortgage lifter is a round slicing tomato. We have some more mortgage lifter here. There are like 4 of them. So I have 7. And then Roma, we have a couple of rows of Roma tomatoes. They're so small, but this one, and I noticed that some of the leaves have started turning yellow, which means that they need nutrients and they also need to be transplanted into bigger containers. Now we have here a couple of rows of the Tiny Tim tomatoes. They're a container variety. They're cherry tomatoes, super duper nice. Look at how small and beautiful they are. And then next we have all of these are the red cherry tomatoes, large fruited. And yeah, this is actually a good amount of tomatoes that I can transplant. Tomorrow I'm gonna up pot all of this so they will grow bigger, and hopefully in a week's time, because they grow really fast. Like just imagine, so these plants here, they were the size of um all of these plants in the flat 3 days ago, and then after I transplanted them, they just grew super duper fast. So next weekend, those little tomatoes should be big enough for my plant sale. And then here, I'm so excited to show you this one. These are the red juice tomatoes. I have at least 250 of them, but I will not be selling these plants. These are hybrid tomatoes, treated seeds. I have some that are pelleted as well, but these tomatoes are to be grown in my garden. They're not gonna be for sale. Oh, there's another flat of tomatoes that I found. This is called cream sausage tomato. I think it's sort of like a grape tomato, if I'm not mistaken, and the color is yellow. Um, and they're supposed to be like for snacking, or you put them in the salads. So far these are the tomatoes that I have right now. Oh, and I have another one actually that I have ordered from Etsy, but I'm gonna make a separate video for that because that is for a special tomato project that I am doing this year. I hope you enjoyed this tomato video, and let me know in the comment box below if you have grown any of these varieties, or if you have a favorite, or if you are wanting to try any of these tomato varieties. That's gonna be all for today. Thank you for watching, and I'm gonna see you in my next video. Happy gardening!